just driving around looking at all the old buildings, and then the memories come back. You know, either slinging something in their parking lot or using their payphones, or we used to have all the restaurants, you know, to where we happy hour, stop in and use the phone at the corner of the bar, and you know, before pagers and such. You know.
Man, you got to see all that. Let's just tell the world who you are. What's your name?
Tom Davison.
Tom Davison. Where are you from?
From St. Paul originally, but I've traveled a lot. Kind of Rolling Stone gathers no moss and they can't tap you. I don't even know if they do that anymore, but they used to tap you. You know?
Yeah. When the first time you smoked a joint? You remember?
Right down here at the Newell Park and Viva Gandhi. No. It changed my life. You know, I just, up until then, recreation was a couple of bottles of Boone Farm and watching my buddies roll around until the wrestling turned into a fight, and then we'd get, you know, over it, they get sober, hang over, and do it all over again. It's like, that ain't how I want to live, you know.
Yeah.
And I tried a joint, and it's like, whoa, lights went off. It's just like, man, this is for me. And ever since then, I've just been looking for better pot, you know, trying to get the best pot, and then everybody wants my pot because it's better than everybody else's because I know more people, so I got bigger selection, and it just went from there, you know.
Yeah, you remember selling your first bag? How was it back then? Was it dime bags, nickel bags, or how was it coming?
For $80 in Tucson, selling them up here for 120, and so was it 10 bucks a bag maybe, 4-finger lid.
I heard that story. I heard them stories before. That's how they measured it out. Just no weight or nothing.
We weighed it. We weighed it.
But you know what it looked like.
4-finger lid, yeah. And if it had a lot of seeds, 3 too. You know?
Right, exactly.
But it depended on the dope, how if you had seeds or how much seeds you could tolerate for the price, you know. Because if you got a half a pound of seeds in a pound, and which was a pretty common occurrence, bad, you know, time of the season, you're getting that warehouse stuff with, you know, just a lot of seeds in it. But if your pot was good, you could take the seeds out or you could sell it with the seeds. But, you know, it was always just one of them gambles that you had to know the market, you know, I had to know how dry it was, how good everybody else's was, or you might be sitting on yours for a long time.
Right. I'm sure you've seen the scientific side of it grow as to like raise it.
Now. But I remember going, oh, I hope this Oklahoma thing works out. Oh, cause we got nothing without this Oklahoma. And when it finally came through, that it didn't cure it, but it relieved the pressure and so forth, you know, and at least that validified. But we knew with all the patents and all the drugs they had from the 30s before they made it illegal that, you know, there was something to it. And then, you know, and they mixed it with everything from opium to cocaine to
So you said 30s. So they've been, like, scientifically, like the scientists, they've been studying it since the 30s?
No, they've been, since the 30s, they've just been looking for something bad. But before the 30s, they used it for all kinds of medicines, you know, salves, rubs, ointments, drinks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's food, that's why we got the cannabinol and the receptors. And we used to get a lot of cannabis in our system from the foods, from all the different, you know, just
wow.
Not exact, but the receptors are there for a reason, and now we're connecting with them. That up until now, for the last 70 years or whatever, people haven't been getting it in their breads, their, you know, whatever, and people were getting a lot of weird diseases that they'd never heard of or never seen before. And, you know, could it be because these cannabinoid receptors weren't getting, you know, any, and, you know, they're due amount. Because receptors got to have a reason for it. Everything's got a reason, and they just haven't figured it out. They haven't looked, you know, unless they could find something that could hurt people, and then they want to publicize that. And they couldn't find anything, so they were making it up and lying, and that pissed me off. Yeah, pissed me off.
So Let Tommy Grow. Tell me about Let Tommy Grow. Why do you want to grow?
My son's a master grower, and I've been. You know, I knew right off from when he was 2 years old that he was going to follow in my footsteps because he just loved the smell of it. And, you know, he couldn't even talk, but he could say, "What smells so good?" His mother cringed, you know, but so I got him growing. I was growing the first hydroponics in the state when they first came up with the concept of volcanic rock, no, you know, roots into Not a dirt where it supported them, but you support the plant and just let the roots go with all the vitamins and everything in it. And we were doing that like the first ones in Minnesota. We were buying all the perlite that came into the state at once. And then nobody else was able to get any because there was only one distributor, and we bought it all. So he stopped selling to us. So then we had to go to Chicago and buy truckloads of it. But it goes that fast. You know, you start off with a little test kit, you know, and then, you know, next 2 things is a couple of test kits, and the next thing you know, you're buying all the perlite and coming into town. Brother got arrested. Had to take all that down right when we got it going, and saw how easy, and you know, we were buying houses to grow in. You know, would get a 3-plex, rent one out, live in one, and then grow in one, and that was under construction, just closed off. And it was starting to work really good, you know, I mean, just because we always wanted a better pot. You know, if we couldn't get any better, we'd have to grow it ourselves, and that's what we did.
What's a pot technique? I'm not asking for details, so if, just say somebody want to grow one plant, what's a good way for one grower to grow one plant, one person?
You know, everybody should grow at least one plant, and anywhere you want, in between the cracks in the sidewalk, up in your grow room with the lights and the fans and the heat and the humidity. But you know, it's what you want to put into it. It's the most relaxing thing I've really done. Golf is relaxing, not to me. You know, hitting that little ball just.
It's something about seeing it
but
grow.
watching that thing every day grow and grow and grow, and then turn into this cycle, you know, like, you know, switch over and start to look for that, look at them THCs, the pollen, it's like, oh, please, please. And it gets bigger and bigger and more juicy as you go, and it's trying to grab that, you know. So everybody should grow it, and just whatever works for them, wherever they're at, it depends, you know. I mean, if you're in the cities, or if you're in the inner city, or if you're out in the country, but it blends in really well. You know, you can hide a couple anywhere, and you know, special places, but everybody should do it just as a way of protesting that, you know, we're not going to take this anymore. That the government can control something safer than coffee and aspirin. You know, if you could grow an aspirin and the government said, no, you can't grow that aspirin. No, you got to buy it from Bear. You got to buy it. Why? Because they could have it at controlled dosage. See, it's an aspirin. You know, I'm pretty sure if it's a strong joint, I'll just put it out halfway. But don't deny it to me, and don't tell me I got to pay more than I can afford. The way it's already going, I can't afford to pay your bills. And here comes medicine that makes you feel better, but you can't afford that if you're legal enough and have an illness good enough that requires you to get one with the doctor's approval. It's crazy.
So, Tom, how do you feel surrounded by states that are legal?
Yeah, we got redneck states. We got Nebraska, Kansas, North Dakota, some of the reddest states in the country ever, you know, so we were leading. We were up to California, the first ones to decriminalize it. I thought we were in a forward state. I remember when that happened, and then everything got a little better. Police were, you know, but it was a drug war. It wasn't just a pot war. Pot was included in the drug war, and it was a tool they used to get to the other things that they wanted. You know, a pot bust is fine, but if we could get a coke or a crank bust or acid or whatever, they'd use it to try these people, threaten to take their kids or their house. They did some just Nazi stuff, you know, and just in the name of pot and drug war, pot shouldn't be included in the drug war. It's a natural herb. It's not a drug, you know.
So why do they look at it like it's bad for you? You don't have to smoke it. You can eat it. You can put oil. You can put it in oil.
Rub it on.
You can rub it on. You can, I don't think I've ever heard of anybody injecting it, though.
They got suppositories. No. You ain't heard of nobody injecting it or dying from it.
Or dying from it.
So
or dying from it.
You know, that's something for the one thing. I mean, I thought I was going to be the first one. I ate a 100-milligram candy bar in Colorado, and I had no tolerance for edibles. I was smoking for 50 years, so I didn't think there was nothing that could faze me. And I ate that candy bar, and I was seriously thinking I'm going to die. This is like nothing I did pot all my life. What the hell is this? This ain't pot. I'm going to die. I'm going to wake my son up so he can be there when I take my labs. And then I went, I'm going to be the first guy to die from pot. They're going to hate me. I'm going to wreck it for everybody. Oh, my God. And my heart's just going thump, 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 thump. And then it waned down. And I went, oh, thank God. And then it came back again. And another dog. Oh, I gotta get him for sure this time because this is it. I feel like Red Fox. Oh, and boy, it was going on for hours like that. I mean, it just scared the hell out of me. I haven't eaten edibles really since, and I'm sure I've had a few gummies here and there, but yeah, I got no desire to, you know.
Yeah, everybody always screaming California. Colorado has some dank out there, man.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah. You're going there tomorrow, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still like traveling, and I mean, I like the back roads as much as possible. I pretty much throw the map out and purposely get off track, you know, and just take the back roads. If I got time, you know, now it's so fast you can't.
Yeah.
You can't take the time out.
No, you can't smell the roses.
Yeah.
So